My daughter got a death sentence from you, Steve Burns.
Tonight,
This is a body bag of my daughter.
on 48 Hours,
He's got to be punished for what he has done.
a jailed killer hoping to go free.
I'd like to ask for their forgiveness for the tragedy I caused in your life.
And the family of the teenager he murdered,
This was Katina, and this is what he did to her.
determined that he won't.
And that may sound like vengeance, but he committed murder, and he deserves what is coming to him.
Toby, who shot you? Toby!
Victims of crime.
Brutally murdered and tortured.
Was murdered.
Was killed.
The pain is turning to rage.
Can you imagine what it's like to bury a daughter who was murdered by a boy we trusted?
And they're out to change the system.
Talk about it to other people. That's the only way you're ever going to get anything done.
Case by case, face to face.
You can't tell me that you don't think that you should get some kind of time for taking a life.
Every 5 seconds, more than 34,000 times every 48 hours, another American becomes a victim of crime. And if things don't change, law enforcement officials tell us it will be worse for our children. 5 out of 6 12-year-olds will become victims of actual or attempted violence in their lifetime. But this rising tide is now being met with rising indignation, a crusade by crime victims to see that justice is done, even if they have to do it themselves. Tonight, meet some Americans who are turning their anguish into action.
Every week, Mike and Harriet Solano visit the cemetery near San Francisco. Every week for the past 10.5 years.
I'll go get the pole.
It's so peaceful for me. I look very much forward to come out here because I'm all by myself, or just Mike and I. We find peace out here.
Tina, this is Happy Easter to you. That's the 10th Easter.
Okay, let's have her.
For both of you, it didn't end 10 years ago, did it?
No.
No.
What we're trying to do is to keep her alive, not alive in the sense that that's a derogatory sense. I think it's a sense that this is still a family knit, and we need to talk to each other, and we need to talk to her as well as we talk to the rest of the daughters. So it's a communication.
This is their daughter, Katina, just a few months before she was murdered. She was 18. The boy who killed her was also 18. This boy, Stephen Burns, Katina's boyfriend, who lived right across the street. They were good students. They went to 8 proms together. They were inseparable. Then one day, he killed her. It happened at the University of the Pacific in Stockton, California, where Stephen Burns and Katina Solano were both enrolled as freshmen. It happened on their very first day at school. Katina told Stephen Burns that she didn't want to see him anymore. They argued. And when she turned to walk away, Stephen Burns pulled a gun and shot her in the back of the head. And as she lay dying, Stephen Burns went back to his dormitory to watch Monday Night Football. For the past 10 years, he's been here at State Prison. And now, Stephen Burns is up for parole for the first time. In less than 24 hours, he will ask for his freedom.
There are 2 types of victims. Katina's gone and she can't talk for herself. So as her parents, yes, we're going to talk for her and we're going to be the victims for her. But we're also victims of the system. And that's what we're objecting to, and that's the work that we're trying to do, is to change the system.
Victims of the system in that he was sentenced to 17 years to life, and here it is 10 years later, and he's saying, give me my freedom?
Exactly. Getting out of prison, starting a new life that he is going to be able to do is unfair because my daughter can't start a new life. She's in that tomb.
Ann Parole is a victim with and a member of Justice for Murder Victims. Bush appointee. Hey, Dad.
The night before the parole hearing, the Solanos, their 2 other daughters, and some friends are busy at home in San Francisco,
She's gonna be there tomorrow, but she thought she'd want it tonight.
putting the final touches on a well-orchestrated campaign that is aimed at keeping Stephen Burns in prison.
We estimate 3,000 letters have gone in and some 10,000 petitions have been signed.
So you sent 3,000 letters, you forwarded 3,000 letters up to the parole board?
They sent them and sent us copies.
I see.
So we don't even
Saying what, basically? Can you give me just any example?
This is from a gentleman that it was actually the mortician who took care of my sister.
One sister, Regina, became a nurse after Katina was killed. She says, in order to save lives.
John Byrne is soon to be considered for parole after only serving 10 years for killing Katina Solano. This letter is to protest the release of Stephen John Burns.
Stephen Burns says that he would like to meet with you and tell you that he's sorry. He also says that he is afraid that you, Harriet, will, in effect, never let him out of prison.
He robbed me, and he murdered my daughter, and he's afraid that I'm going to keep him in prison for the rest of his life. Well, I have news for Mr. Burns. I'm going to try.
Somewhere along the line, somebody forgot that laws are made by people for people.
Another sister, Nina, is in law school. She wants to be a prosecutor.
And if it's not my mom, my sister and I will make sure he stays in. Nothing's ever going to bring Katina out of that cemetery. And that may sound like vengeance, but he committed an act, and he committed murder, and he deserves what is coming to him.
So let's jump ahead 15 hours or so.
Okay.
He's sitting in the chair before the parole board. And you know very well, you just know he's going to say.
Yeah.
He's going to say he's sorry, he's going to ask me for his forgiveness, and he's going to ask my family for forgiveness.
That's my guess.
What I'm going to do is remind him that this was Katina, and this is what he did to her. And that's what I'm going to remind him of. It was his choice, and this is what he did to her.
Later in our 48 hours, Stephen Burns will ask for his freedom. The Solanos will ask the parole board to keep him locked up. It will be the first time in 10 years that the parents of Katina Solano will come face to face with the young man who murdered her.
Introducing the 1990 Acura Integra, an automobile that can make getting there considerably more than half the fun.
No matter where in the world you find yourself, if you lose your Visa Gold Card, we'll be sure to find you, because Visa will deliver a new card and emergency cash right to you. Whether you're negotiating the powder in Zermatt, exploring the coral off Bermuda, or simply checking out some Puyi Fumé at the Hotel de la Bretèche, where you can't even check in with American Express. Visa Gold, it's everywhere you want to be.
After the murder, did your customers talk a lot about your tragedy?
No. I would say 3/4 of them didn't know they didn't know that I was the mother. And once they said, Tate, were you akin to? Yes, I'm the mother. Then they felt so bad. And at that time, you just mention it. And I'd just go to pieces.
Los Angeles police are saying little at this time about possible progress in solving the murders of actress Sharon Tate.
Sharon's case is probably one of the most infamous cases in the American history.
The coroner revealed today that the victims had been stabbed or shot to death.
It was ritualistic.
The word pig was written in blood on the front door.
Not only was she stabbed 16 times, but hung by the neck while she was dying.
In August, it will be 21 years since actress Sharon Tate was brutally murdered by the notorious Charles Manson family cult. For years, Sharon's parents lived here in their suburban Los Angeles home, locked in their own anger and grief.
Come on in, dear. Come on in.
But about 10 years ago, Sharon's mother emerged.
Hi there.
And since then, she has become one of the most powerful voices in the nation for the rights of other families of murder victims.
We are the Los Angeles chapter of the Parents of Murdered Children. We're a national organization, over 6,000 members.
My oldest daughter was brutally murdered and tortured by her next-door neighbor.
My son, Ernest Pickett Jr., was murdered at Dorsey High School.
Tonight, Doris Tate's family den is packed with mostly mothers who are trying desperately to cope.
My name is Carol Hashimoto. My 19-year-old son was killed.
Suddenly, all the faceless statistics: one murder in the U.S. every 25 minutes, 114 murders every 48 hours, begin to mean something.
It's a real conundrum for us how we get the message of victims' rights out there.
Some unsure whether to grieve in public.
No, we need to change the system.
But not Doris.
And the only way we're going to change this system is to make known what has happened to us.
Right. That's right. I know.
You know, and then we're going to force our legislators, our senators, our assembly people in California to do what they're supposed to do and what they were shipped in there to do in the first place. If we cannot unite as victims, we're lost. Because I'm one of the oldest in my victimization, yes, people will look to me, okay? They know that I am healed enough that I can be very vocal. Like Manson, with the publicity he gets, some way I'm going to be right behind him.
He doesn't like you, does he?
No, he's got a pet name for me.
What's that?
That old bitch. You know, and I wear that with pride.
Do you have any fears for your own life?
No, I don't worry about it.
They're standing right here.
You see my bars? That's why I don't worry about it.
I see the bars.
Yeah, sure.
This is
my bedroom. Turn on the lights, and I will show you my security.
This is your security?
My security, okay.
One lock.
Deadbolt. You lift it up, you pull it over a flip lock. And also down here, if one is off, you're not going to get it there.
So you have 3 locks on
I have 3 locks.
Do you have a gun in here?
Oh, yeah. When I have children here, I keep it out of reach, okay? Because it is loaded.
A 38?
It's a 38. It's a police special.
So of a night, you have that 38 at your bedside?
Oh, yeah, it's close enough.
What are you afraid of?
I'm not really afraid, you know. I just don't want me or mine to ever be put in the position that Sharon was in that night, okay? Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think I would use it?
I think you just might.
You better believe I would. I would.
And Doris isn't afraid to go after the politicians either.
So how often do you make this trip?
About once or twice a month.
Today's trip to the state capitol in Sacramento is to introduce us to some of her political allies.
Hi, darling.
Hello, Doris. How are you?
I'm fine.
Senators Edward Royce, a Republican.
How we doing?
Many of us have never really been victims.
And Democrat Robert Presley.
What's it mean when Doris Tate weighs in on one of these issues?
Well, what it means is that you have a witness who suffered through a terrible tragedy. She's been there. And when she weighs in, as you say, or when she testifies, I think people listen.
Are these politicians here, though, are they using you?
Probably, but that's okay. I'm using them, too. It's a crusade. It's one that I will pursue the rest of my life, as long as I can walk and talk. And then maybe even go into a wheelchair, honey. You know, that's my life.
I want the whole family to understand.
To forgive?
Also. To forgive also, yeah.
2 months ago, in the heat of a family fight, Marvin Johnson killed his brother-in-law, Florence McClendon's only son.
I know, you know, the Bible do say forgive, but I want him to feel, I want him to see my son's eyes looking at him every time he closed his. I really do.
She is now left to raise her dead son's children.
He'll never get a chance to see his baby walk or take his first words or, you know, anything like that.
I can't imagine what it must be like for you right now.
I don't think anybody can unless they've lost the kid. You know, a lot of people tell you that they understand. They want to, but a bond between us, you know, that God put there and even death can't take away.
Her pain pushed her to take an unusual step to agree to a state-supervised mediation. There she and her daughters, the victim's sisters, will face Johnson, who pleaded guilty to manslaughter.
I haven't talked to my family. I haven't been able to talk to them face to face like I'm talking to you.
And what do you hope they're going to say to you?
That we love you, and that we understand, and that we'll be with you.
You think they will?
I feel confident that they will.
Thank you.
Mediations are a new way for victims to have some say in the delivery of justice. In criminal cases like this one in Oklahoma, mediation usually comes after the conviction, before the sentencing.
Just take one of the chairs here.
The hope? That they might agree on what is a fair sentence and perhaps come to some understanding about the crime itself.
Because I'm going to talk. If it have to be in between tears, I'm going to talk.
I look at it as an opportunity to express my feelings.
My name is Dee Miller, and I'll be your mediator for today's session. This form will contain the things that you all agree that you want the judge to know from this conversation. Would you start first, Marvin?
First, I'd like to say I'm sorry. It wasn't meant to be like this. My heart is grieving as well as you all's, I know.
But I think this is a front. I really do. To get out behind those bars.
But I just want y'all to know that I loved him just as much as y'all did, and I'm hurting. And I feel the pain and the loss.
The whole situation should never came down in the first place. And I am mad. I am very angry at you. I am very angry at you. I'm mad too. And I really don't see no sense in it because you could have cut him on the arm. If y'all was gonna fight, cut him on the arm and the leg, something instead of the heart.
I never had any intentions of fighting him, cutting him, or nothing. I pray to God that if he got cut, it was on his arm or something too. I love that man.
I really feel like Marvin Johnson is lying. Some of the things that he's saying, he's lying. Marvin, now you can't tell me truthfully, such yourself, anybody, even myself put in this position. If I'm standing here arguing and I got a knife in my hand and I picked up that knife for a reason. Now, if that wasn't provoking a fight, I don't know what you would call it. Now, sure enough, you've been in our family and I love you, I do. And I feel sorry for what you're going through, but you can't tell me honestly yourself that you don't think that you should get some kind of time for taking a life.
Okay, just a moment. Marvin, you said he had pushed you twice.
That's when. That's all the physical we had.
Okay.
And he kind of stumbled and fell, and that's when I think he got cut.
A stab in the heart, right in the chest area. You trying to kill him. You can't tell me that I'm gonna walk up here and stab you in your chest and I ain't trying to kill you.
Do you think he should hurt?
Yeah, I do. My son was hurt. He's not gonna spend no more time with his kids or with his family anymore. Why shouldn't he suffer?
Do you want him to suffer?
Uh-huh, for what he did. I think I've made my point clear, you know. It kind of relieved my mind to say the things that I wanted to say to him.
Florence, what do you want to see happen?
I want to see justice done. He took a life and I believe he should be sent to prison for it.
What do you want to see out of this?
Well, naturally, I'm not going to say that I want to see myself in prison. My concern is my family. You know, whatever the judge sentenced me, that's what I'll do. But I feel like I am being punished. You know, we all got our feelings out.
How are you being punished?
He's not with us.
It's okay. Is there any other way you feel that you're being punished?
My family's not with me.
It's punishment, but it ain't enough.
It's not enough.
I think he needs to do some time in penitentiary.
Agreement on a punishment will not come, nor forgiveness this day. This mediation, like 1 out of 5, offered no consensus, only catharsis.
The parties have to agree to the following: justice as determined by the judge.
The judge will hear only that, no more of what was said here today. But their voices have been heard by those who may matter most.
He might have thought he, knew the pain that we put him, but I think by this talk that he really, know what this family's feeling now.
How do you feel, Marvin, about all of this?
I feel terrible. I feel hurt. I feel hurt because this whole family's just tore up. And Marvin's gone. It's a pain that's indescribable.
Johnson was sentenced to 7 years in an Oklahoma state prison.
In 1 out of 2 American homes, you'll find Kenmore appliances. And right now, you can find a Kenmore dishwasher with 3-level wash and pots and pan cycle for just $299.87. Only at Sears and Sears Brand Central.
At 1,184,880 miles, a Mercedes-Benz 180D is in the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's most durable car. Just how far can a Mercedes actually go? Frankly, nobody knows.
Yeah, I sure can. We have just about hourly flights here.
6th of October, United flight number 725.
Sure, I'd be happy to help you with that. And your flight number?
Arriving in Tokyo at 5:10 p.m.
Both animals are also confirmed. You're welcome. Thanks for calling.
Business class.
But I think you're
In a world fraught with phone frustration, people who fly come to learn of a singular exception, where wishes are granted with efficiency and grace.
Delafria Stokowitsky? Is that with an I or a Y?
United Airlines. Come fly the friendly skies.
When my friend's refrigerator gave out, I said, call Sears. She said, but we didn't buy it at Sears. Then I told her Sears now services your major name brand appliances like GE, Whirlpool, and Frigidaire. So why go to someone you don't know or trust? Just call Sears.
Jane Wyman makes her triumphant return.
Why are you stabbing us in the back?
What do you want? You're ripping us off.
Nothing can stop me now.
Falcon Crest, next. When a ruthless gang of outlaws takes paradise hostage, only one man can stop the slaughter. But will he?
I am no lawman. Please.
Paradise, Saturday.
Monday, Gene Wilder. A year after Gilda's death, he opens up for the first time.
I never thought she would die.
Gene Wilder and more, face to face with Connie Chung Monday.
There is a weapon in the war against AIDS. That weapon is information. The more you know, the safer you are. Please, find out the facts about AIDS.
Here's a picture of my daughter, and her husband, David, has the baby on his back. They died a few months later. Here is one of baby Jessica, which is a beautiful picture.
According to the pathologist report, she was stabbed 3 times with a kitchen knife.
David was murdered in an alleyway.
Carol and Burton Berkeley of Bethesda, Maryland. Aline and Norman Felton of Malibu, California. 2 families united in grief over the murder of their children and firstborn grandchild, killed by 3 men on a robbery spree 8 years ago in Detroit. But 2 families divided on the question of punishment. Is a life sentence punishment enough?
Norman said something along the lines,
Aline's
father, I bear these men no malice, whoever did it. And I I had trouble believing I had heard that, and I said, well, I sure as hell bear them a lot of malice. I said, you know, they've wiped out a good part of my family.
Here your son-in-law was stabbed 36 times. Your daughter was tortured, and raped, and stabbed, what, 11 times? It was cold-blooded murder. And the question is, shouldn't these killers be penalized for this brutality?
Well, I think they are being penalized. After all, life in prison is no fun.
And I now would like to introduce you to a man.
Since his family's tragedy, Felton, a retired Hollywood television producer, has been on a personal crusade to abolish the death penalty.
I introduce you to another member of the board of directors of Death Penalty Focus, Norman Felton.
There are many people like myself who are coming out of the woodwork, you might say, around the country. We're coming out and telling you, don't kill for us. Please, we don't want that.
The thing that the death penalty is pointless to me. I mean, it's just legalized murder that is. It doesn't deter crime. They know it doesn't. It's heartless. It's cruel. I can't understand why people feel that will solve anything.
If you execute them, you won't be able to find out as much about the reasons for this crime and what impelled them to do it and what the background of their lives were.
There are some, including the Feltons, who believe that you look at the problems in society that brought these men to that position.
I think that is nothing but bunk. The fact is that there are many people who have the same problems, who come from the same background, who live decent, honest, day-to-day lives. Criminals are criminals because there are some people who are inherently bad, who are inherently evil, and I think these are evil men.
Berkeley is a judge in the Social Security Administration.
The argument also is that the death penalty doesn't cut down on the crime rate.
I'll tell you one thing it cuts down on. There's a known statistic that every person who's ever been executed never committed a second crime beyond that.
Do you respect his or their views on this whole death penalty issue?
Let's say I respect their grief.
The Feltons and Berkeleys divided the ashes of their children and granddaughter. Norman and Aline scattered their half in the ocean.
It's comforting. It's comforting.
I wanted them in David's room.
Carol Berkeley had an oak box made.
And I like to come in here and just touch the box.
Do you come in here, Judge?
Yes, I come in here, I'd say at least once or twice a week, and I don't touch. I'm not, it's not the same, but I look at the box and I think of a very sweet little family.
If the two of you could have anything right now, have your decision on what should happen to the killers of your family, your friends, what would you want? What would be your decision?
Death.
What do you think they would accomplish?
They say, in today's world, they say revenge is a bad thing. I don't think so. I don't think revenge is a bad thing at all. I think it's something that we have an inherent right to. I don't think I've gotten my revenge.
I don't believe in killing. I don't believe in killing.
Jesus the Savior on Calvary's tree paid the great debt and our souls he set free. Oh, it
and
was
this life was snuffed out. So ridiculous. So ridiculous.
They're down right in front of you or close by you. Hear gunshots all the time. You wonder, wow, who is that? Who's dying? Who got shot?
For you.
When you have a friend that's your age that dies,
it just tears a little part of your soul out.
Keith Simpson was the 28th teenager killed this school year in Oakland, California. But this could be any inner city where youngsters are dying at alarming rates. In fact, the most likely victims of crime in America are blacks between the ages of 15 and 24.
This isn't the way things are supposed to happen, you know. I lost one of my friends last month, you know, to another, I mean, he was shot also. And for what? Nothing, stupid stuff.
Coming for me.
When I deal with conflicts between students, when their feelings are hurt and they feel disrespected, they are prone to be violent.
Millie Cleveland is trying to diffuse the violence.
I was already on the edge. I wasn't even the one you bumped into at first. You bumped into Kendra.
She's a conflict counselor in the Oakland school system,
Okay, but what was rubbing you the wrong way?
trying to teach kids to deal with anger before it escalates.
I would imagine that you are still upset with her.
On this day, Millie and her student mediators are attempting to resolve several conflicts before they turn tragic.
Because she didn't know where you were coming from. She was left feeling that you guys were being insensitive to what she's going through. Tell him why you didn't want to talk to him anymore.
I mean, what for? Why would I want to talk to somebody that's stabbing, that went out scandalous like that and was supposed to be my partners? Why would I want to talk to them?
Incredibly, most teenagers are not dying because of drugs or gangs.
I did not set them up. That's what she keeps going around.
A lot of these conflicts are minor issues that were in dispute where somebody felt very disrespected and he felt he had to do something about it, and ultimately went and got a weapon.
I know people that I could just walk up to and tell them I want a gun and they'll give it to me. I mean, it's that easy to get a gun.
Do most people that you know carry them for protection?
I know a lot of people that carry guns for protection.
I know guys that, like, if they're out past 12 midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, they definitely carry a gun. They do not leave home without it, like the MasterCard.
It's like the MasterCard.
It's the MasterCard.
Oh,
don't
the
leave home
Express,
without,
American
or whatever
Express.
it is, they don't leave home without it.
3L74. You been shot?
Oakland Police Sergeant Louis Cruz has seen the level of violence rise in all the neighborhoods on his beat.
Toby! Who did this to you, man? Toby! Maybe here, there's a lot more kids who are growing up without the supervision at home. Toby, who shot you? Toby! There isn't any guidance. The only guidance they're getting Stay down at the bottom of the stairs. is from a street corner, from the cash they're making, and because of that, the rules of home, the rules of family don't exist. You don't know! Okay, the sergeant will know in a minute, okay?
Toby died on the way to the hospital. He was 17.
What do you fear most about what's going on now?
That if we don't deal with it quick enough, that we'll all be wiped out.
To see now that the level of morality, motivation, self-esteem is so low that pretty soon it's gonna be gone. It's gonna be gone. And when people don't have no morals, you don't have no people. It's gonna be a jungle.
Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, but the spirit is returned to the God who gave it.
People shouldn't have to live like this. Before I go out of the house, my dad always says, be careful. He looks at me like that's the last time he'll be seeing me.
May we pray. Our Heavenly Father, we've committed Keith to the dust.
This world is just deteriorating. It's just sad, that you have to just live through this every day. So I don't know. I don't know, with the world, it's just coming to an end, You never know what's going to happen. You never know if you're going to make it home or whatever. It's just sad.
While some people are still waiting for the right car to come along, Honda owners are driving it. More Honda owners come back again and again. We seem to have a loyal following.
When that dry cleaning bill isn't a thrill, trust Woolite in your machine. It cleans really well with no dry cleaning smell. Woolite in your machine. To your dry cleaner say, we don't want our whites to gray. From country wear to city wear, whatever clothes need special care, trust in your machine.
Kept
48 hours will continue.
envisioning my throat being slit, and I just wanted to live through this.
It's everything you always wanted to know about the NBA, but were afraid to ask. O'Brien, Raftery, the basketball show on CBS Sports.
Sunday, who would kill for?
What has to be the ugliest little statuette that I have ever seen.
A case that makes staying alive an art. On Murder, She Wrote. Then, Sean Connery, Kevin Costner. Taking on Al Capone.
I want to hurt the man.
The Untouchables, Sunday. This is CBS.
Welcome to Iorama. Say your name now.
JJ.
For bifocals, JJ. Press 6. Contacts, press 2. Tinting, press 3. If you can't press 3, press 2.
What if I just want to see?
Select frames now, Myrna.
If your optical store doesn't see you as an individual...
Excellent choice, Myrna. Those are perfect on you.
This is not good. Come to Sterling. We take the time and care you need. Sterling Optical. You'll see the difference. Call for the Sterling nearest you.
After ortho products prove themselves in research, they go someplace far more important. This is where ortho leadership in lawn and garden care really matters. Products that spread evenly and work carefully. It's been proven in research, but more importantly, the truth is plain to see. You're better off with ortho. Meet the young Kennedy clan.
An exclusive report at 11.
There's absolutely nothing like surfing because you're in the speed of the wave, you're in the ocean, and it's much more than just riding a wave, too. I mean, it's incredible.
The Santa Cruz coast and its carefree lifestyle had always been heaven to this California native. Going back to college at 31, the surf, a short walk from home, it all seemed perfect. Until a year ago.
It's always on my mind. Whenever I'm walking up the beach, just board in hand, and no one else is out in front of me. I mean, I think about it every time.
Denise, who doesn't want her last name used, was raped at knife point in the middle of the day on this beach.
I was going to hang out all day. I had taken the day off work, and I was just relaxing and studying. He ran up, he straddled my buttocks. Like I said, I was laying on my stomach. I saw the knife in his right hand. I was immobilized from the beginning. You know, and when someone has that knife in their hand, I mean, you know, in the past I've thought, well, it was only a buck knife, but the blade was this big. I mean, that could slit somebody's throat in an instant. And that's, as I said, I just kept envisioning my throat being slit, and I just wanted to live through this. I just wanted the act to be over and the guy to get the hell away from me.
She reported the rape immediately. Several weeks later, 27-year-old Thomas Town turned himself in.
You know, if I'd had my way, I would have liked to have just gone and found the guy and blown his head off. I don't trust like I used to. Absolutely not. I mean, you'd be stupid to trust the average stranger in this day and age. What happened to me is really awful. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, because your sense of freedom is profoundly taken away forever. It's absolutely changed.
Just days before Thomas Town raped Denise, he had gone to a hospital seeking psychiatric help, but he was released. Town later admitted to raping several other women, but most of them never came forward.
You know, I don't understand that. That's really what gets me angry.
Is women who
do something about it. You know what I mean? Talk about it to other people. That's the only way you're ever going to get anything done. And for God's sake, don't let the guy go. You know, if you can do anything about it, do it.
Today, Denise plans to do what is her right under California law. Face her rapist in court. She'll give what's called a victim impact statement. Denise's story will help determine the sentence the town receives.
You know, every human being's life is worth something, and everybody that wants help should be helped. So I want those things for him, but for me, he can get that, I don't know, he can get that treatment that he needs in jail.
So how's it going?
I'm really nervous.
I'll bet you are.
I was fine yesterday, but I'm pretty nervous right now.
Denise and District Attorney Art Danner go over a few last-minute details.
The court needs to know how much of an impact this has made on you and your life, because that is a factor now in the sentencing, and the judge can take that into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So if you need a couple minutes to make that outline, that's fine.
Okay. Where's Sam?
Court's in session, please rise. Okay. All right, good morning, be seated, please.
A little bit difficult. I was a little fearful of being redundant, but I'm going to go ahead and read what I wrote. My freedom is profoundly and forever changed for the rest of my life. I can no longer walk by myself, go down to the beach. I surf in Santa Cruz. I can't do those things and feel comfortable without going with someone else. Sometimes it really scares and shocks me that my innocent attitude about humanity has really been changed, and it's real scary for me.
Thomas Town steps forward. Not wanting to be seen on camera, he nonetheless wants to be heard.
As we've read in all the reports, they've asked for help, sought help, and have not received it. I do not wish to live my life in this kind of pain and emotional stress. I want to be a functional and productive member of society. I want peace in my heart and mind, not anger and destruction. I pray to God that He'll help these women to heal and rebuild their lives and wash this from their memory.
He was viciously abused by his father physically from the age of 6 on, forced oral copulation being one of those acts.
The background that you heard today on Mr. Town, I think, suggests that there's more than one victim in this courtroom.
The community needs to be protected from Mr. Town for a long period of time, but quite frankly, it would certainly be also appropriate to try to treat Mr. Town, and we do not have the vehicle in California for such a task, and that is unfortunate. The convictions for which the sentence are to be imposed are numerous. The total term of sentence of Mr. Town is 38 years and 4 months.
Court adjourned, please rise.
Now, what that means is that he's eligible. It doesn't mean he'll get out, but it means that he's eligible for parole in 19 years.
I suppose that I'm satisfied. I don't know. I'm dazed right now. So that same problem, you know, comes back to me about what's fair? About what's fair, exactly. All right. Thanks, Art.
Thank you.
I just hope in the future that women will come forward and stand up for themselves as individuals and realize their worth in humanity, and that justice might actually be done fairly if we can say exactly what fair is. Thank you.
Lisa Vinichenko, this is a big day. Because today, Lisa Vinichenko is getting her first taste of America.
Kmart cleans from cuff to collar with Whisk liquid detergent. The quality you need at the price you want. $5.
When choosing a new car, don't compromise. Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme SL is longer and wider, yet accelerates faster than Ford Taurus. It's more powerful, yet gets better highway gas mileage than Honda Accord. And it has a better owner satisfaction plan than both. Which obviously makes Cutlass Supreme the smarter choice. All the way around.
This is the new generation of Olds.
You can lose weight and still not like what you see. Because without enough exercise and protein when you diet to lose fat, you might lose muscle too. Special K gives you the highest level of protein available in a cereal. And protein can help you keep muscle while you lose fat. So make the Special K breakfast part of your daily diet and exercise plan. Special K. Keep the muscle, lose the fat.
The Harry Smith Getaway. The Mark McEwen Getaway. The Getaway, all next week.
Friday, get your PhD in fun with the one, the only, the original Candid Camera. Then explore far-out relationships.
I'll make you
On Bad Dad Cafe. And funny is the word for sugar and spice.
He's cheap, but he's my stud.
All Friday.
All of you join hands and let's pray together for one another now, that God's grace and love will go with you. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Harriet and Mike Solano, their two daughters and close to 100 supporters, are about to embark on a journey they would rather not have to make.
And so hear us now as we ask for justice.
Amen. They're going to a state prison in Vacaville, California. They're going to Stephen Burns' parole hearing, and once again, they will relive the murder of their daughter, Katina, 10.5 years ago.
Here's the first Vacaville sign.
That's it, Vacaville city limits.
I keep saying I'm going to be able to handle it. I'm going to be able to handle it. Now the closer we keep getting to this prison,
Can't
I don't know
run
if
out
I'm
of the
going to be able to
courtroom
handle
this
this.
I want to see if he's able to look at me in the eye.
Mom, we're here. I know.
There is the sign.
We're here.
Let's go do it. It's not going to be an easy thing to do.
Thank you.
Can you emotionally prepare for this?
No, there's no such thing. That bus ride was the longest ride in my life. The first hardest thing was when she died. This is the second. And what we talked about yesterday is, are we going to do it for Katina? Yeah, we're going to do it for Katina. Let's go, baby. Come on, let's go. He's got to be punished for what he has done. Fair, just, but he's got to be punished for what he's done.
The Salernos say their daughter's death turned them into activists. They formed a group called Justice for Murder Victims. Some of these people are members. They turn out on days like this for parole hearings.
To see him today, I don't know how I'm going to react. I really don't. My heart's going, it's just pounding away.
Because the wounds open again, death, all this goes over and over again, and it's a continual thing. It just never ends.
Stephen Burns is now 29. He's been locked up since 1979, and this is the first time he is eligible to seek parole. But in California, it isn't just the convict who gets to make his case. The victims get to give their side too. And today, that means the father and mother of Katina Solano.
I'll speak first, and then my husband second. Is that all right? Okay. My daughter got a death sentence with no possibility of parole from you, Steve Burns. Never did Katina break the law, nor have we. Yet, we are at the constant mercy of a system that demands that we beg for justice. We ask for the maximum that can be given so that we can live in peace, knowing that we don't have to look over our shoulders in constant fear. A model young man committed the crime. There is nothing to prevent a model prisoner from doing it again.
Can you imagine what it's like for a parent to bury their child, and even more, to bury a daughter who was murdered by a boy we trusted? A boy I trusted. Steve, this is Katina's picture. Panel has received this. This is a body bag of my daughter. This is what you did to her, Steve. You shot her, you left her on the ground to die. As a father, I closed her casket and buried my 18-year-old child who was murdered by this model prisoner animal. Damn it. Steve sentenced my daughter to death forever. I asked for a fair trade. I ask you to sentence Steve to life in prison.
Through it all, Stephen Burns sits silently. He has continued his education in prison, and if he's set free, he says, he wants to enroll in medical school.
At this point, I'd like to ask Harriet, Mike, Regina, and Nina for their forgiveness for the tragedy I caused in their life. It's hard to say in words how difficult it is to live day to day about the feelings I have inside about what I did. And regardless of what I do, I can't bring Katina back. But I know this, that I am deeply sorry for what I did. And I will work each day of my life, whether it be in prison or outside, to make up. Maybe it won't suit the Solano family, but in my heart, I know that I'm working towards resolving what I did. I know I'm fighting for a parole date. That's secondary to what's going on here. I feel it's important for me to express my sorrow and my apologies for what happened. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll take a recess now at 2:45. Mr. Collier back in our meeting.
If you get what you want today, which is that he goes back into prison, he's going to be up for parole again in a year or 2 years or 3 years. That's a fact.
Right.
Does that mean you're back in 1 year or 2 years or 3 years?
I'm sure I'll be back.
Yeah, we may have to come back next year, a year after, 2 years.
I mean, I hate to ask you how do you feel right now, but what did you get out of this?
I didn't get anything out of it. The only thing I say again is this is what victims have to go through again.
That destroyed me worse than the trial did because I was only a kid, and listening to Steve made me realize how much I had cared and how bad I had been hurt. And this system's ridiculous to put my family, put me through that.
In less than 1 hour, the board has reached a decision on whether or not to let Stephen Burns out of prison.
Okay, we'll go back on record at approximately 3:40 p.m. Note that everyone who was previously in the hearing room has returned. Mr. Burns, the panel does unanimously find you unsuitable.
Unsuitable for parole. Stephen Burns will not be let out, but in 2 years, he can try again.
What's your reaction, Stephen? Do you have any reaction at all to what happened today?
2 years, we got 2 years, and I feel very, very drained, and I know my family's so worn out.
It's the first skirmish in a long, long battle that we started today.
Do you think in the future we'll see around the country more and more families of victims coming to hearings like this?
I pray. I know it's painful, it's hard, but you must do it.
And in 2 years, what about the Solano family?
We'll be here. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
For 1990, some Oldsmobiles are new from the ground up. Others are new from the top down. Some have striking new profiles. while others have bold new side views. Some new Oldsmobiles are at home in front of mansions, and others are at home in front of everything else.
This is the new generation.
Mr. Green has a mower he purchased brand new. Oh, the wonderful things he thought it would do. But it sputtered, it coughed, it gave quite a wheeze. And mowing the yard was not such a breeze. And so when the time came to buy something new, Mr. Green bought a snapper, and so should you. For your yard and your garden, these snappers, you see, take mowing and grooming more seriously. And now when he mows, Mr. Green is seen with something we'd call a serious machine.
The type A personality vacation. The type B personality vacation. The best vacations are this vacation, the Royal Caribbean vacation. Now the fast track has a pit stop. Royal Caribbean introduces 3- and 4-night Bahamas vacations.
The American home. You'll find it in all shapes and sizes. And in over half of them, you'll find Kenmore appliances, because no other brand can out-satisfy a Kenmore. And now it's especially easy to let Kenmore put some sparkle in your dishes with 3-level washing and a pots and pan cycle. It's just $299.87 only at Sears and Sears Brand Central.
Some legal experts worry that the victims' rights movement may now be going too far, that what these victims and their families want is not justice, but revenge. But the victims ask, can a system really be just that does not deal with their pain and rage as effectively as it protects the rights of the accused? I'm Dan Rather. That's 48 Hours for this week. Here's a look ahead to next week. America's Battle of the Bulge. The hard work.
Obesity makes your life hell.
The hype.
Absolutely astounding. If you just look at this belt, look.
The heartbreak.
You were so fun. And you just laughed at yourself. You'd eat something and you'd say, oh, what the hell?
And the hope.
I did have a breakthrough.
48 Hours on a Diet. Next week.
Know what the world will be like in the year 2000? Don't miss Small Talk, a fun-filled special that lets tomorrow's adults speak out today. And right after Small Talk, see Alan Funt's personal favorites from the greatest candid cameras ever. A great hour of specials tomorrow night on CBS. For a transcript of 48 Hours, send $4 to Journal Graphics, 267 Broadway, New York, New York, 10007. And to purchase a VHS cassette of today's broadcast, call 1-800-338-4847.
There's a new family in Santa Carla. It's not a great place to live, but it is a great place to die. The Lost Boys, Saturday.
The U.S. Army should be ashamed of what it did to Private James Griffin. You'll feel the same after you see his story on 60 Minutes this Sunday.
Buckle up, Beverly Hills. Hey! Eddie Murphy is back to take care of business.
How long would it take to shave those legs anyway?
A network television premiere, Beverly Hills Cop 2, Tuesday.
This is CBS.
In 1964, a novel was published that became one of the most controversial works of its time. Newsweek magazine praised it as original, unrelenting, pulsing prose, while Time magazine condemned it as an extra special dirty book. Now, Last Exit to Brooklyn is a movie.